What's going on? This is your man John Fortune, your host of the Frustrated Fan Sports Show, and today is my long-awaited season prediction show. I sat up here and I went through tons and tons of scenarios, and you know, I want to see what y'all really think after I tell y'all how the games are going to go, what the scores should be, and everything like that. And you know, I just want to find out how you guys are feeling. I waited because there were a lot of things that went on. I mean, you're talking about us re-signing John Bostic, Harold Landry going down in Tennessee. There are things that are happening, but right now I think everything is slowing down. Every team is trying to get their players on the mend at this point. So I hope y'all at the end of the show, I'm gonna have some things and let you guys know on my process and how I came about this. But other than that, I'm gonna get right into it. Starting with game number 1, the Jacksonville Jaguars. We are going to win this game. There are a lot of factors that are going against them. One being that James Robinson might be out, depending on how it is. And if he is playing, he won't be a major factor because he actually has an Achilles injury. And I'm pretty sure he's going to be quite hesitant to run on it and cut on it as much, because we know when you get your Achilles injured, you're not that far away from getting it from it blowing out. So I'm pretty sure he's not going to be a huge factor. Not only that, Shaq Griffin, he's also dealing with an injury as well, and I think he's actually going to be one of their top cornerbacks. So we actually have a chance in this game. The problem I have with this game as well is that we're going to have to run the ball and run it a lot. And because this will be the first time that we actually miss Brian Robinson because of the fear that's going to be hanging over us due to the fact that we're going to be worried about Antonio Gibson fumbling the ball. So, but again, I will say this: I do have this as a win for us. I don't see a scenario where we actually lose this game unless something crazy happens, but I don't see us losing this game. I actually have a score for us in this game: 23-16, Washington wins. The next game is the Detroit Lions. In my scenarios, I kept going back and forth with this. It's one of these games that worries me because it follows along the line that Washington always has, where we lose a game we're not supposed to lose. So it's a very shaky one, but I'm giving us the win. We're going to beat the Detroit Lions 30-23. My only thing about this game is this particular thing. If we get into a shootout, we lose this game. If we don't get into a shootout, we win this game. If by any chance we get into a shootout, we have a problem. The offense that Detroit is going to walk out there with is insane. We talk about all the weapons we got on our offense. They have weapons as well. You talking about they got DJ Chark, they got Josh Reynolds, they got Amun St. Brown, you know, TJ Hawkinson, DeAndre Swift. They got weapons there, and they actually have a very solid line. So again, this is one of these games that if we get into a shootout, we're going to lose the game. But for right now, I don't see it happening, but hopefully it doesn't happen. But I got us winning this game. Us beating the Detroit Lions 30-23. Next, the Philadelphia Eagles, and this will be our first blowout of the season. I do honestly feel that in this game, we're going to actually see how far ahead the Eagles are in comparison to us and the talent we have on the field. So in our first blowout, we're going to lose to the Eagles 40-17. I think that they're going to want to make a serious statement against us, and I think they're going to actually accomplish that. So again, I do feel this will be our first major blowout, and it will be 40-17. Next, we'll have the Dallas Cowboys. I give us the win in this column because the Cowboys actually got a whole bunch of injuries that's going on. So I think that by the time they get to us, which is only in week 6, I don't see all these guys recovering in time. And if they are recovered, they will be hobbled a lot. So for me, I do feel that we're actually going to win this game. And again, this will give us the first win against Dallas of the season. So I do feel that at the end of the day, we will win this game 27-20 for the Washington Commanders. Next is the Tennessee Titans. Now, this is one of these games that is like on the other hand where we have the situation where we lose games that we shouldn't be losing. We also have a situation where we win games we shouldn't win. But this is a game that I don't see us winning, even though this is a game that we could win. Because again, it follows the pattern of winning a game that we shouldn't win. But I don't know if we got enough firepower for them. The Tennessee Titans will beat us 26-21. They'll run the ball all day. Not only that, the Tennessee Titans, their defense does the best thing of what our offense doesn't do very well, and that's third downs. The Tennessee Titans were ranked number 6 overall last year when it came to third down, their opponents on third downs. And because we're so poor on third downs, this is going to be one of those situations where we actually find out how Carson Wentz reacts to adversity. I think he's going to have adversity in the Eagles game, but I think this is another one where he's going to follow some serious adversity because, again, this will be the second team he see. Well, the third team in a week that he'll see, but the second one that has a very, very, very strong secondary. So we'll definitely see that. But right now, I have us losing this game 26-21. I don't see an outcome for us in regards to that, but that's what I see it right now as a loss. Next is the Chicago Bears. I got us winning this game. They just don't have enough of anything. They don't have enough defense. They don't have enough offense to stop us. You're talking about their top cornerback is Jalen Johnson, and there's nobody playing opposite of him that could pose that type of threat. Even on the offensive side, we will be talking a lot about Justin Fields in this game. And I'm not saying he's going to have a great game, but we will be sitting there. You'll hear a lot of people saying, "Why didn't we take this guy last year instead of taking Jamin Davis?" So I do feel that conversation will be coming up after this game. But we will beat the Chicago Bears 33-20, and then we go into our bye. Coming out of the bye, we see the Green Bay Packers. Now, I know that a lot of people are going to think that Green Bay is on a down slope or whatever, but their defense is actually really good this year. And again, this is another secondary where Washington and Carson Wentz will have to compete against a top-level secondary. It's hard to go against Aaron Rodgers, especially when it comes to going against us. But at this point right now, like I said, I don't see us winning this game. And this might be the first game of Chase Young's return, and I don't think he will I'm not really certain if he will be at 100% going into this game. So I got us losing this game 27-20. The defense is just too much for us. I just feel that that's what's going to happen. The defense is going to be too much for us. And at the same time, Aaron Rodgers is going to make just enough plays just to beat us out. I do think that the 27-20 score is a fair score, but I do feel that Aaron Rodgers is going to come out with some last minute heroism to then all of a sudden stop us from winning the game. I know that's not how you say the word, but I'm working on stuff. But I do feel that we do lose this game. Next is the Indianapolis Coats. Now, I know a lot of y'all are going to say, oh yeah, Carson Wentz is returning. He's going to have something to prove and all this type of stuff. Hold it there. I think this may be another game that we lose. Again, again running into another solid secondary. You're talking about Julian Blackmon. He's going to be back, especially after being injured last year. Their defensive line is pretty good. We're running into a very good linebacker in Darius Leonard. And I'm telling you, this is going to be one of these games that we're going to actually be like, well, damn. Now we see why Indianapolis ran Carson Wentz out, because this will be the first time that he's faced this defense in a scenario where they don't care about him wearing a yellow jersey. So this is going to be one that's going to be very tough for Carson Wentz, and I think that we're going to get beat in this game. And I know some of y'all may not want to hear that, and y'all may want to hear something that's upbeat about this game, but this is one that I just don't see us winning it. And because of that, I got us losing this game 30-21. They just got too much offense, too much defense for us. Their offense is, if they find a way to keep Paris Campbell healthy, he's going to be their slot guy. Alec Pierce actually sat up there and won the starting job opposite of Michael Pittman. So I'm shocked about that. Mo Alley Cox is there. And of course, their running beast, Jonathan Taylor. I just feel that we don't have enough to beat that team. Next is the Minnesota Vikings. Kirk Cousins' long-awaited return to Washington. 3 in a row, y'all. We're going to lose this game. They have a tough defense. They have a tough offense. And it's going to be hard for us to sit up there and compete against the Minnesota Vikings. And we will hear the one thing that we enjoyed so much when Kirk was here. He's going to scream out, "You like that," to us as he walks off the field to let us know we jacked up. So I'm going to say we're going to lose this game, and we're going to lose this game in very bad fashion, 35-17. Kirk is going to be the hero of the game. He's going to throw touchdowns, and we're going to be angry at the fact. We're going to hear after this game, why we give up Kirk? Why we give up Kirk? This is going to be the game that's going to have all those Kirk lovers come out. So again, we're going to lose this game 35-17. Next is the Philadelphia Eagles. This is one of these games where, again, this is the game that we should lose, but we win. But again, I just don't see us winning this game. I think that, again, the Eagles are, if by this point, the Eagles are going to be on their march to trying their best to make the playoffs and be a #1 seed in this particular season. And I know a lot of y'all don't want to hear that, but I do feel that Philadelphia is in fact that strong. So I feel that we're going to run into them and they're going to give us the business again. It won't be as bad as the first game, but it won't be as good. It won't be as devastating or nice, I should say. But we lose the game 32-20. again, we just can't do anything against them. The defense is, at this point, we're going to see the defense gelling a whole lot better. They're going to basically be an entirely different defense. At that point, Nakobe Dean and all them would have then ingrained themselves more than enough into this defense, and they will be on a tear. So yeah, I think that we're going to actually lose to the Eagles 32-20. Next is the Tennessee Titans. This would be the game that we may lose. I got us winning it, but write it down. This may be the game that we lose, because I think that so many teams are going to overlook Houston this year and not realize what they're running up against. Because you're talking about Lovie Smith's defense. He has a very solid defense that's coming up this year, and his offense is good. Pep Hamilton is leading that offense, and he got some weapons on that offense. I mean, you're talking about Brandon Cooks on one side, and Nico Collins is now coming into his own. Not only that, Damian Pierce has shown up, and he's going to actually be their starter this year for the Houston Texans. And they're talking about it. Davis Mills looks good so far. Again, not a surprise when you got a quarterback guru running the show. So this is a game that I'm going to give us a win, but it's going to be close. I got us winning the game 23-20, but like I said, this could also be one of those games that we lose, even though I think we're going to get the win. But like I said again, this could be a game that we lose. Next, the Atlanta Falcons. I got us beating them. They just don't have enough of anything to really be competing this year and really turn out anything this year. I got us beating them 27-13. The score may be a little bit higher on our end, but for right now, I feel safe at 27-13. They just don't have enough of anything. Mariota is not going to be a great quarterback for them. And my concern about this game is if by some chance Desmond Ridder gets in earlier than our game, and then he's tearing it up as he's marching to us. But for right now, I think Mariota's going to be in the game. I got us winning 27-13. So again, at this point, we're actually doing pretty good. Next is the New York Giants, the first New York Giants game. I got us beating them 23-13. I think we're going to take them by surprise. I don't think that they're really going to be ready for us. I think that at that point, Chase would have gotten to the point at where he's more comfortable in the defense. He's going to be more active. We're going to see more Montez Sweat. We're going to see this team actually ramp up defensively as this goes on. I got us winning this game 23-13. I do feel that the Giants are not going to be expecting what they get from us when this game comes around. Next is the New York Giants. Yes, we see the New York Giants in back-to-back games, and on the second game we lose because at the end of the day we never find a way to beat the Giants back-to-back like this. I got us losing this game 20-17. Again, a close game. Because I think that they will figure out some things on how to attack us, and that is what they're going to do. And again, you're talking about division games. It's hard to play in the division, and it's hard to beat teams twice in the division. So I do feel that we're going to lose the second game on a back-to-back against the Giants, 20-17. Next is the San Francisco 49ers. I want us to win this game, but I don't see us doing it because I just feel that we won't. I think that at this point, the 49ers will be ramping up for a playoff bid. So for that, I do feel we're going to lose this game 27-20. Again, Kyle Shanahan wanting something to prove. Trent Williams wanting something to prove. We're going to see a revitalized Deebo Samuel. I do feel that we're going to lose this game because, again, it's going to be around playoff time. The 49ers knows what it takes to go into the playoffs, know what they have to do to go into the playoffs. But again, I feel that we lose this game. Right after that, we got the Cleveland Browns, which will more than likely have Deshaun Watson I think it'll be 4 games into coming off. It will be 4 games coming off of his suspension. So that is going to be one where we are going to lose. The whole thing with the Browns is defense, defense, defense. Again, seeing another top-level secondary group. This is not a secondary group to be playing around with. They hit and they attack the ball. That's what they do. Not only that, you're talking about their defensive line. I can't. Y'all know him. He's gonna be a problem. He's gonna be a headache. And if we don't find a way to get him stopped, if by chance Samuel Cosme goes against him and he struggles, and we have to double team him and stuff like that, we're going to have a problem with Jadeveon Clowney. That's just going to be the problem. That's going to be the issue. And if we don't act like we want to win this game, we're going to have problems. Again, this is a game I have us losing 31-17. I think that their defense will be too much. And again, you're talking about you'll have Deshaun Watson fully engulfed in the offense, more than likely set to really show people what he's about and everything, and what Cleveland is going to get in the future with him at quarterback. I think we're going to lose this game 31-17. And last but not least, closing out our season is the Dallas Cowboys. We're not going to beat them. We're not going to sweep them. That's just what it is. And again, I think that if the Cowboys are coming into playoff contention and there's a chance for them to actually make noise and make the playoffs, and even if they're not making the playoffs, they're going to want us to not look that good coming into the season as well. I got us losing the game 21-13 in the closer by the Dallas Cowboys. So with all that being said, our final record, and I know a lot of you are going to hate this, our final record will be 7-10. Now, I'm going to say this. I ran as many scenarios as I possibly could, and all the scenarios that I came up with, there was no way we were going to get the double-digit wins without some catastrophic things happening to other teams. So, I mean, I could just give y'all a breakdown. If we won all the games we're supposed to win, so like we beat Jacksonville, we beat Detroit, we beat Atlanta, we beat the Texans, we beat the Giants twice, and we beat the Bears, that's 7 wins, right? That's 7 wins. Let's just, and then, like I said, we had a thing at where we go out there and we end up doing something that's kind of crazy. We lose a game we're supposed to win. So I'll take one of those out. But then we'll win a game we're supposed to lose. So that might be maybe the first Cowboys game. It might be the Packers game coming out of the bye. But again, that's still 7 wins. So now you got to find things that'll happen. You're talking about the possibility of eking out a win against Indianapolis by chance, or eking out a win or finding a way to beat the 49ers, right? That's still only 9 wins. I couldn't find any scenario where we got over 8 wins. You know what I'm saying? Like, even trying to get to 9 wins, every scenario I came up with, it just didn't fall out for us. It did not pan out for us. Now, I know a lot of y'all who are super fans are going to be like, we're going to beat the... I'm telling y'all, from everything that's going on, it's hard for me to see us getting any further. And I know y'all don't want to hear this, but 7-10 might be the record. And I mean, maybe 8-9. Maybe 8-9. If we find a way to sneak a team. But understand this, if we sneak a team, it's going to have to be, I'm talking about, we're going to have to sneak a team like Minnesota. It's going to be hard to sneak that team. They have a strong secondary. Green Bay, a strong secondary. Green Bay, the Titans. You know, these are teams that got strong secondaries that is hard for us to sneak a win against them. Like I said, maybe the 49ers, but again, you're still talking about just only 8 wins. You know, the Browns, they have a very strong defense. I don't see it, y'all, and I'm sorry. I know I was one of the people. Again, Ron didn't make moves that would have made this an easier schedule for us to really win at. But the problem is that the moves that Ron made didn't make us a better team. So I don't see our win-loss record getting any better. Like I said, we might be 1 game better than 7-10. But all the scenarios I ran, it's hard. I see it's hard for us to get to the 8 wins, and it's extremely hard for us to get to the 9 wins. We would have to have so many injuries happen to other teams. We would have to practically stay perfect when it comes to being healthy, and on top of that, we would have to get Chase back in the fold and up to speed by the Green Bay game. So y'all tell me what y'all think. Do y'all agree with my scenarios and my win-loss record? Currently, right now, I got us going 7-10. We might could go 8-9, but all the scenarios I ran, 7-10 looks like it's going to be our record due to the fact that Ron didn't make enough moves to make us a better team. Again, y'all tell me what y'all think. Other than that, this has been your man, John Fortune. And this has been the Frustrated Fans Sports Show.